do it raw. You know how you like a little bit spit. Anyway, I'm sorry. We're back. And thank you for coming to another episode of Texas Strip Club's Uncensored Podcast. I'm DJ Jack. I'm here with my friend, DJ Mickey.
DJ,
I'm seeing if you're paying attention, fool.
DJ,
I'm here with DJ Bigg D. I'm just fucking with him.
I'm like not even close to being anything like him.
Yeah, Miguel's better looking. Anyway,
I ain't gonna lie.
So I'm not lying. He's better looking than you. What do you want me to tell you?
I said I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, so we're gonna talk about the subject that I wanted to talk about for a good long while. Why you won't make it as a strip club DJ. And the reason being is because I met so many idiots who were telling me like, oh, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this, I can do that. And when you gave them a chance, it fucking cracked. Cracked under the weight. They just couldn't fucking handle it. And there's various reasons why that happens all the time. Mm-hmm. But Danny, you know what? You actually started the strip club game before I did, so. Oh, wait, weren't you working at Exoticas?
No, I didn't.
Pleasures. Wait. Where'd you work at first?
I started at Players Gentlemen's Club. Yeah. Which later became Pleasures Gentlemen's Club.
Right. Well, Danny, you started before me in terms of time. Well, let me ask you a question. How many DJs have you met? I mean, like guys that came in and tried out for an open slot.
Several, bro. Like, I said maybe my time that I seen that would come in, and like there'd be at least one time. I don't remember what it was. It might have been after the second time you got fired at Pleasures, or the first time.
God.
We had several people come in. I don't know if it was the first or second time where they came in, and I was like, they're like, oh yeah, we're here to try out for the DJ position and this and that, and because I was only taking over I was working one day, and I was only going to take over. They only wanted to give me one other day, and they're going to give the other DJ Mario, like all night. So they were like, I think there was at least 7 or 8 of other people that were there. And I'm sitting there, they're like, all right, who's going to start? Like, they're like, no, well, I know this, I've done this and this and this, telling me where they've been working at. And then next thing they know, like, all right, bring them in, they come in the DJ booth. I'm like, all right, I want to hear you talk on the mic, turn the mic on, and switch from this CD to this. Well, because you got to remember, when I started, we were using CDs.
Yeah, which means
not computers.
CD players. So
yeah, we were using CD disc and all the music. We would burn them on, and
they look like Blu-ray discs.
Yeah, compact disc.
Yeah,
but you would put them. I mean. We would play that, and I was like, all right, come on. And they're like, they started looking at all the equipment. They're like, where's the volume? I was like, dude, the button's right in the middle. I was like, oh, I thought you were I thought you were DJ. Oh, they're like, well, I haven't DJed in several years. I was like, I go, most of the equipment it looks the same. I mean, mixers and soundboards. And then they'd be like, I was like, nope, you're gone. I go, some dude was trying so hard to name equipment and stuff. I was like, nope, I know you're not going to make it. You get out of here, boom, boom, boom. And
so,
like,
I mean, okay, look, so you're good enough that you can hear somebody and see somebody, and within, say, 30 seconds know if they can do the job, right?
A little bit about it. Again, I'd like to give them about a couple of minutes just talking to them. But usually you can't tell right away, and that's just with anybody, just any position in general. I mean, you can tell, and I'm not talking just strip club thing. I mean, I'm talking about any position available of work. I mean, because you could have a chef coming in somewhere and saying they're the best, this, and this. And then you start showing them the kitchen where they're going to be working at, and you can start seeing them get kind of nervous, like, whoa, it's like this and that. And then Like, you can tell the difference between the ones that go in there and be like, and they're looking and they're already thinking of what they're gonna create with that kitchen. What's the same thing in the strip club with a strip club DJ? They come in and a lot of them are thinking, oh, it's gonna be this and that, and a lot of them are thinking, because they've been DJs in nightclubs, that it's the same thing.
But you gotta be an MC.
But as a strip club DJ, because there's a difference between a DJ and a strip club DJ. Because a strip club DJ is still playing music, but he's also talking on the mic. As in, to Jack's point, you're also talking on the mic, so you're doing that. At the same time, you're making sure that the TVs, if you're the one that's controlling them, that all the TVs are, and you got to be up to date with what new sport events are going to happen. Is your club having them? Is your club not having them? That way you know what to tell people. I mean, yes, no, we're going to do this, but I mean, being a strip club DJ, a lot of people think it's for all fun and games. I've had friends that have come and told me, it's like, hey, get me into be a strip club DJ. It's so fucking easy. It's like, bro, nah, you gotta put up with, if you're in being in the strip club business, strip club DJing business, you constantly gotta be putting up with drunk girls that have gotten in a fight, girls that are beefing, girls that are trying to play the same song at the same time while there's a customer in front of you yelling out for this one song, and then you got a waitress yelling at you to call either the bartender or the manager to the bar or this and that. You got a shitload of stuff going around you. So if you can't handle that kind of a pressure, you're not gonna make it in the strip club DJ. Because then some of them, like Jack has said, some of them come in and they're trying to sit there and mix the songs in together. It's like, you can't do that in the strip club business, because you're messing up the girl that's giving a lap dance in the VIP room or on the table in the sides that are giving lap dances. You start mixing in two songs, the girl's not gonna know when
the song club is completely different from
where the song's supposed to end and continue, and then the customer's gonna be like, once the song stops and the girl's like, okay, that was two, you're like, no, all I heard was one complete song, so he's only gonna want to pay $20, and then she's gonna call the manager's gonna more than likely side with the customer,
because repeat business,
because that's repeat business. And it's like, the dancer, they're gonna sometimes, which is sad, that they're thinking that the girl is trying to scam the guy, which it happens. There are girls that'll scam guys, which he's gonna do later on. We'll do another podcast later on about that or not. But it's just the fact that they come in and then there's like, most of them be like, you could tell which ones are just gonna be in there. They come in and they see they see the girls stripping on stage, and they're looking at it like it's their first pair of freaking titties that they're looking at. And then it's like, when they try to talk on the mic, they're either too high pitched, too low pitched, too shy on the mic. It's like, no, bro, you're the life of the party other than the girls, because you gotta keep that music going. Because you don't play no upbeat music, your girls are not gonna be wanting to dance. You're not gonna be wanting to do nothing, and then the customers are gonna be.
Only want slow ass shit. So.
And but the majority of the time, it's got to be upbeat music to just have a party atmosphere going. So if you can't do that, and you can tell when somebody comes in and they're trying for the very first time. I was like, no, bro, it's like, it's gotta go. Like, when I first started as a strip club DJ, I went to Exotica's back home in McAllen, Texas. I went to a strip club, and the friend that I went to school with was DJing there. I met the first DJ that I met was DJ Smoke from the radio station, from Q94.5 The Rock, or some shit like that, and then later on whatever it became. But I met him, and then I come to find out the day that I was there, he quit because of some dancer, and apparently back then they didn't want to fire the dancer, so he said, "No, I'm not working with her no more." He packed up his shit and he left, and I was like, they were like, "You've DJ'd before?" I was like, I don't have no equipment. I don't have nothing with me, because like back when I started, you had to have your own CDs, your own music, your own stuff. The club would provide the
electronics,
the everything else, the CD players and the soundboards, everything. You just basically went in, put your stuff down, look through your CDs, start put them in there, blend them together, this whatever you had to do. But I mean, a lot of the times it was just like, no, you gotta do this. And I started out like I didn't have nothing, and then my friend, he was a drum major, he was in the drums in the high school. He was the DJ. Then through them, I met DJ Placido, which is DJ Magic Man, who became my mentor. He's the one that took me under his wing and started showing me again. See, when I would go to his house, we weren't doing CDs. We were doing the actual vinyl mixing. He was showing me how to do that at first. Then players came around, and he was already there. He needed a backup DJ. Called me, since I had already been hanging out with him drinking. Then one night he was like, put his hand out with the wireless mic, acted like he was dropping it. I caught it. He goes, "Sink or swim, bitch," and walked right out the damn booth. He goes, "I've been teaching you. I've been showing you how to do this, da 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 da. Now it's sink or swim time, bitch." And I was like, I gotta admit, I sounded like a bitch. First time I was on the mic, I was like, "Oh yeah, gentlemen, fucking girl coming on stage is the next lovely lady." Like, oh, what the fuck? He's like, came over and he said in Spanish, "Agárrate los huevos." It's like, grab your balls, give them a squeeze, and then get that extra oomph out of your chest and say what you're gonna say. I downed a 12-ounce Corona, and then I said, "Hey, gentlemen, coming to the stage is so and so." And when I first heard the first applause, because of the job that I'm doing, talking on the mic and stuff, I was like, dude, I'm hooked. I was hooked for about 18 some years, and it's been already a couple since I have, with the 2-year break between, and then with everything else, it's just been a long ass time of DJing. And it's like, nah, buddy boy, you're in here for the wrong reasons, because there's a lot of young DJs that they don't make it because they're coming in to try to fuck. Party. They come in to try to fuck because they think it's the easiest way they're gonna be able to get to the women that they think they know is gonna put out. Because the majority of those girls are not gonna put out. They're done. When they're leaving, they want to go home and they're tired. They just want to go home and count their money, or go, if there's a night deposit ATM, go try to deposit their money and stuff. But the majority of them are not there to try to fuck the customers, the help, or anybody. Now, if it happens outside of work, you need to leave it outside of work, and that's a whole different issue.
Yeah, no shit.
But a lot of these young pups think they're going in there just want to go in there to DJ because they're like, oh, we're gonna fuck whatever we can.
They think about drugs, they think about drinking, they think about partying.
Because they're gonna learn the hard way that the girls control everything in there. They'll come up to you and they'll be like, "Oh, look, I've had this one. I know Jack has seen it too. Did them before. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, babe. I didn't do no dances, no nothing. When you just been seeing her do about 15 lap dances at $10 a pop on the side, and then you know that she went into the VIP like 10 times, because the manager's gonna let you know, hey, so and so is in the VIP room, so you don't have to be calling her and waste time on stage. And a lot of them, they don't pick up on that shit. That the minute they don't think about that, they just trying to be like, the girl's gonna come like rub up on them and be like, I'm sorry, I didn't make no money today, can I get you later? And later the next day they'll be like, the dude's not gonna remember. I used to write it down. And that's like, if I noticed as the DJ that you weren't really making money and you were trying to make money, then I give you a break. I'll work with you. But you tell me you're not, that there's nobody there, when I've literally seen customers come up to you and tell you, hey, I want a lap dance, but you're like, oh, I'm going on stage next, so you tell me to tell your DJ to put you on stage so you don't look like a dumbass. Then these guys don't make it, because they're like, then they start arguing with the dancers, and the dancers are like, well, I'm not gonna pay you because you're not doing this. And then they're like, what the fuck, this isn't as fun as I thought it was gonna be. Well, no, dude, there's a lot of politics, a lot of stupid politics, but there's still certain ways to fucking do the job and get away with it and be around for a while.
You said right there. I always tell people I'm like this, because they're always like, well, you're not here partying, you're not here doing this. I was like, no, because it's a job. It's about money. How do you make money? By doing your fucking job. You cannot go off the fucking rails with extreme amounts of alcohol, drugs, trying to fuck everything, and then expect to make money. It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, see, that's the other reason I lasted also there for the longest time, or whatever strip club I worked at for the longest time, was because Chicas and Pleasure, Gentleman's Club, and Longhorn Saloon, all those clubs that I've DJ'd at before, the way I really stay there the longest is because even though I did drink on the job, I still did my job. I still had girls dancing on stage. I still had customers happy. Still playing them. I was like still drinking, still partying a little bit. But when it was time to be serious, really, really serious on the job, I didn't drink as much on the clock. I still drank a little bit back in my drinking days, but I wasn't over here throwing down shots with every single customer that bought me a shot. Once they start asking for music, I was like, yeah, and I'm being serious in it, yeah, whatever, I'll play it, I'm gonna put it in there, whatever. I mean, there'd be times where I'd leave and there'd be like 15 shots of tequila that were there that after 2 o'clock, 2:15, basically your 15-minute window to drink them down. If you haven't drank them, they gotta throw them away. So here comes the waitress picking up like 15 shots of Patron that were double, by the way, and they're throwing them away because I didn't drink them because I was so busy actually trying to work and do my job. I mean, don't get me wrong, I did my job when I was partying, but I was a little more serious when I wasn't drinking, because it's like, yo, this means this was usually typically fight night, or when there was gonna be a boxing event, a UFC event, or something, and people were coming in. That's where we were more concentrated. But when most of the time, these guys, they start partying and they let the thing take over. It's like from that movie. What was that movie? Players Club. When the one girl told Diamond, go make that money. Don't let the money make you. Well, see, these guys are going in there thinking I'm gonna make so much money as a fucking DJ. This and that, they're going in with an expectation, and then the real world of DJing hits, and they're like, whoa, shit, most of these girls aren't making money. Customers really aren't really tipping, and they'll cry to the manager, and the manager makes me play the music anyways. If not, I'm gonna get fired. See, in Chicas, I already knew which once you get to know your customers as well, as a DJ, once you get to know your customers, you'll know which one's gonna come and say, hey, play me some reggaeton, play me a ranchera, a corrida, or play me a bachata, play me this or play me that. You already know the style of music there is, so when it's also the music that you're supposed to be playing in the club, it makes it even sweeter that you're getting paid for something that you're already getting paid to do anyways.
Yeah,
because that's the style of music that we're playing. But these guys come in trying to party, trying to do this, trying to go hard the first time. You're gonna get burned out. I started off a little bit slow and fast, and I got after about 14, 15 years, after that time, I just got fucking, what's that word I'm trying to say? Tired. Tired, burned out. Like, it wasn't fun no more.
Everybody gets burnt out at one point or other.
I mean,
some guys don't even get to that point because they're not strip club material.
Yeah, they're not strip club material. There's somewhere after a while, you do have to take a break. You're like, no, I'm trying to just do my job, live one day at a time. If I blow up on them, it's gonna be the end of this. And so it's like, dude, don't do it. Just bite your tongue, go home, and remember not to just do this or that, which is fun.
So, do you think you have what it takes to be a strip club DJ? You probably don't. So, the reality is, if you can't speak, and by that we mean actually being able to speak and actually keep your eye on the prize, you're not going to make it. So don't try. You're just going to make yourself look bad. Alright guys, this wraps it up. Danny, thank you.
You're welcome.
Right. Guys, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, because if you do, it'll make it easier for you to find that podcast on YouTube. Again, I'm not exactly a poster boy of what they want, but we are speaking the truth. And some of it's pretty good information, like saving yourself some time and not try out being a strip club DJ. So, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time. Peace.